Hi everyone, and welcome back to The Wave. I'm Kate.
And I'm Courtney. With Halloween being on Sunday, we thought we would get in the spirit along with the rest of the crew behind the cameras.
That's right, we have an extra spooky episode in store for you tonight, but first let's take a look at this week's artist.
My name is Riley Whittaker. I'm from Sedona, Arizona originally, but I moved to Nashville about a year ago. I would describe my style of music as indie pop or alternative, probably. My process of writing songs is kind of different every time. Sometimes I'll decide I want to write a song and I'll go in my room and write a song. Or sometimes an idea will come to me in the shower or in the middle of a class or, kind of whenever. I feel like I could remember it, but I don't trust myself to remember it. So I'm writing everything down, probably too much down. My advice to someone who's a new artist would probably be to just work every day, write every day. I feel like if you keep writing, you'll just get better. If it's what you love to do, I think that things will just slowly start happening, and if you're persistent with people and you're nice to people, things will go the way you want them to. My favorite song I've ever written right now is called Love Somebody. I'm gonna play it on the actual show. It's not out yet, but I just recorded it, so I'm excited. I started music, honestly, since I was really young. I'd be singing songs, in the kitchen. My mom would sing to me. But I started performing when I was 8. But I started getting regular gigs when I was 12 and realized that I didn't just want to be singing cover songs in front of judges. So I picked up the guitar and piano and started writing. I wanted to start music just because I just loved it when I was little. I loved screaming songs on my bed. It just felt good, and I just love music. And my biggest supporter is definitely my mom. She's at all of my gigs. She's always there, helping me apply to gigs and all that stuff. I probably want to convey different things with different songs. I want them to feel the emotion that I felt when I wrote the song. I want them to feel that someone else went through that too, or they're not alone. And my dream venue would probably be Red Rocks in Colorado, because it's just so pretty. And I'm from Arizona, so it's kind of cool. I heard about The Wave through Instagram. My old drummer used to, I followed him and I saw that they were playing on it, and I was like, oh, that looks cool.
Thank you to The Wave for having me. I'm Riley Whittaker, and you can find me on Instagram at Riley Whittaker Music or any of the music streaming platforms at Riley Whittaker. Thank you.
I can't wait to hear Riley perform, but before that, Kate and I want to keep you up on date with some music industry news.
To follow up on last week's story, Adele is officially releasing new music. Her newest single, Easy on Me, debuted on the Billboard Hot 100 within 5 hours of its release. She also officially announced that her new album, titled 30, will be releasing on November 19th.
Young Thug brought us a scary surprise with his new album entitled Punk. His album is filled with many big features such as Drake, J. Cole, Travis, Scott, and Doja Cat, and many more. It will be his second studio album after creating Sign Language 2. One of his earlier singles, TikTok, is also on his featured upcoming album.
We all have our favorite spooky songs, but do you know what the most popular Halloween songs are? According to Spotify Analytics, the top 3 songs users added to their Halloween-themed playlists are This Is Halloween, Thriller, and in the top spot, Monster Mash.
And that wraps up music news. But before we sit down with Riley, Kate and I wanted to share with you some music we have been listening to lately. So Kate, what have you been listening to lately?
So with the spooky season arriving,
Okay.
Queen Herbie just released her Halloween album. I don't know if you've heard of her,
I have not.
but so do you remember the band Carmen back 2013?
Yes.
Maybe. So it's the female from that artist.
Really?
She is a rapper now, and her music is insane.
Really?
But she released an entire Halloween album, and I've been listening to that a lot. It's called Hello Queen.
Hello Queen. What's
Yeah.
your favorite song from Hello Queen?
I like all of them. She has one, oh my gosh, I cannot remember the name of it.
It's okay.
I don't know, but all of them are so good.
I'll have to
I've
check
been
that
listening
out.
to it on repeat, and it's so good.
I needed new songs to listen to for October because mine is Calling All the Monsters by China and McClain.
Of course.
Which is something that I've always been listening to ever since I was 13 years old.
Right.
Because it's something that you always heard. Did you know that she's actually made a new
No.
version of it?
No. Do I
with
need
her
to give it a
sisters?
listen?
I mean, you can. I suggest that the old one, it has that beat that everyone loves,
Right.
that everyone got addicted to. But the new one is also pretty good. It's with her sister, so you should check it out.
I feel like with the old one too, like it's nostalgic for us,
Yeah.
you know, like I hear that and I just think of like Ant Farm and Disney Channel, like around Halloween.
Or
like,
Monstober on
Yes.
Disney Channel, where they put all the new October movies and stuff.
Yes, exactly. Like, I mean, it's nostalgic. You got to stick with the original.
I know, you have to.
I hope one of our songs makes it onto your playlist, and stay tuned because we will be back with Riley right after this break. Welcome back, and as promised, we're here with Riley Whittaker. How are you, Riley?
I'm good. How are you?
We're good.
So I heard you're performing an unreleased song right after this called Love Somebody.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit more about that.
So I wrote Love Somebody about a couple months ago. It was one of the songs that just kind of like came really fast. I think I wrote it in like 15 minutes.
Oh, wow.
I got off a FaceTime call with my friend and complaining about, you know, some relationship.
Right.
Always happens.
But I recorded it recently and I'm supposed to release it soon, so I'm super excited about it. Yeah.
That is awesome.
I'm excited to hear it.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
So the fact that you said that you wrote it in 15 minutes and that was quick for you. So how long does a typical like writing session last for you? Like, what does that look like?
It really depends on the song. Sometimes I'll sit down and I'll write like a verse and a chorus, and then I won't get back to the song for like a couple days.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll be sitting in English and I'll write an entire song.
Right.
Or like sometimes it'll just be like an idea. It all just depends usually.
When you said you're like still in high school, right?
Yeah.
So how does being young and in high school, how does that affect your, music and stuff? Like, what is your experience with that of being in high school?
I think there's advantages and disadvantages. I think when you say you're in high school, people are like, no way, like you're in high school. But there's also a lot of places that require you to be 21 and like 18 and stuff. So there's a lot of that. But honestly, I've gotten a lot of opportunity. I'm really grateful for the opportunity for being this young.
That's good. You're starting out young.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome. So do you have any like specific plans for after high school as of right now?
As of right now, I'm supposed to graduate in December, and I'm taking a gap semester to kind of play around with my band and record a bunch of music and stuff and see how that goes, and then we're going to kind of play it by ear when everything comes.
No, that's awesome. That sounds great.
Perfect. Who is your dream collaborator?
Oh, man. That's a good question. I would say either Fleetwood Mac
Okay. That's a good
or
one.
I would say Adele or like
Ooh.
Taylor Swift or
Oh.
something like that.
Okay.
Right.
But
Make
Fleetwood
it-
Mac's probably the top.
Yes,
Yeah.
you make the ultimate breakup song with Adele and Taylor
Oh,
Swift.
yeah.
Oh, yes, I love that. I love that. Okay, so before the show, I was looking through your Spotify, and I noticed that you released an EP. So, like, tell us about that and how that experience was for you.
Well, I started recording the EP before COVID hit. Once COVID hit, everything got really delayed,
Yeah,
which
of
sucked. A lot of things did. But I finally got to release it a couple months ago. It's called Changes. I think every single song on it changed within, like, since I decided to do an EP. But it's 6 songs, and it's released on all platforms, so.
Nice.
There you
What
go.
is your favorite song out of that EP that you would say?
Ooh, that's a good question. Right now, probably sad songs. It's probably my favorite.
Is it because it's sad?
Yeah. I love a good sad song.
Oh yeah, me too. Gets you
So-
in the feels.
Who do you think, we talked about, like, what artist you'd want to collaborate with. What artist has had, like, the biggest influence on, like, your music itself?
I grew up listening to a lot of Adele. Of course, Taylor Swift, but probably more Adele. And a lot of classic rock. My parents, the Red Hot Chili Peppers, all that good stuff.
That is such a good combo of
I
all
know.
of it.
You're
I
liking all
love
these
it.
good singers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I love it. That's awesome. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I was thinking, since you made that EP and you're like releasing an unreleased song right now after this, do you have any new music that you're wanting to create or have in your head that you're gonna make soon?
I have a plan for a second EP, hopefully.
Okay.
I'm just trying to write a ton right now, co-write. Nashville's big on co-writing, and I've been getting more into that, which has been super fun. I love collaborating with people. So kind of, I have a few songs I'm in the process of recording right now, so I'm hoping to release a second EP in 2022. But
Oh, I'm excited for that.
Yes.
thank you.
So, with your new music, what is it that you've learned from like your first EP that you think is going to shine through with your second one? Like, is there anything specific?
I think a lot of the time during my first EP, definitely it was hard for me to say what I wanted and what I didn't when it came to the production side of things. It's really hard to say no to people when you're like just meeting them. But me and my producer are really close now, so I feel like now I can really tell him like what I want and what I don't want. I'm trying to steer more to like classic rock / pop, whereas my last EP was more like pretty pop.
Yeah.
So I think I'm
Awesome.
going more towards that now.
Nice.
Yeah.
But before we go, tell us where we can find you on social media.
You can find me on Instagram at Riley Whittaker Music and all music streaming platforms at Riley Whittaker. And yeah.
Perfect.
Awesome. All right, we will be right back with Riley's performance here on The Wave.
When texting somebody good morning, stayed up till 3 just to see what you need when it's late and the night's getting boring. Wasted a wish on a star just to end up where I started. Why is it so damn hard for you to feel the way I do? 'Cause we're both broken-hearted. You know what happens when you're playing with fire. Yeah, the smoke starts hitting your brain. You tell someone you love them, but you never really felt that way. And how does it feel to break somebody without even letting them in? Is this how it feels to love somebody you know you'll never end up with? You'll never end up with. I've never been so put together when somebody's saying goodbye. I know I'll cry later, but I'll do you a favor and wait till you've left for the night. 'Cause I'll always love you, my darling, even a part of me's lying. When I say I'm okay, I'll just smile through the pain, but tears will fall as I start walking away. You know what happens when you're playing with fire. Yeah, the smoke starts hitting your brain. You tell someone you love them, but you never really felt that way. And how does it feel to break somebody without even letting them in? Is this how it feels to love somebody you know you'll never end up with? You'll never end up with. Is this how it feels to love somebody you know you'll never end up with?
Thank you so much for tuning into this week's episode. Make sure to give Riley a follow and check out her music on our Spotify playlist.
And remember, if you want to stay up to date on our upcoming shows, give us a follow on our Instagram. And if you want to watch our past episodes, you can watch us on IGTV. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.